Hello and welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with another reading. This time we're doing a collective reading. It is for the new moon in Libra that's happening on October 21st. This is going up a little bit after or the next day after the new moon, but still the energy is still permeating. So I thought that I would definitely still do this collective reading because there were some things that needed to come out, and hopefully it reaches who it needs to reach. And sorry for any background noise, but per usual, I need to get out all of my disclaimers. So if you are returning to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in and coming back. Hopefully you have subscribed, but if not, then go ahead and take a moment to do that. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe as well so that you know when I drop new videos. As you listen along through the video, make sure you're liking, leaving a comment, especially if the video is resonating with you, then you could share, how it resonates for you. If you feel comfortable sharing. If not, you can leave a cute emoji down in the comment section just to let me know that you are rocking with me. Okay? Share the video out. If you know someone who enjoys tarot oracle card readings, and they, might, find this beneficial, then definitely share it with them. But yeah, all in all, do all the things. And yeah, the decks of cards that I'm using, they will be down in the description box. If you like the way that I read, you can book a personal reading with me. I will never ever solicit you as in the collective or anyone for readings. You have to contact me. So email me if you would like to get your personal reading to go more in depth for you personally. Okay. If you hear any background noise, I do apologize. I will try to keep that to a minimum. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. You should be looking at your screen there. You should see the, picture of the spread that I pulled. But before I get to the spread, I'm going to go through the intuitive messages, the channeled messages that came out, and then we will discuss the cards that I pulled as well as the affirmations there. But you see them, okay? So first things first, with this new moon in Libra, this is all about relationships, partnerships, balance being restored in our relationships and partnerships. This is all about our communication. During this time, a lot of us may be very direct or more direct than we usually are. Even though Libra is all about keeping the peace, this new moon is specifically about us being direct and being open and being straight up for what it is we have to say. This is all about new beginnings, especially for Libras, Libra risings, so on and so forth. And I believe you in cardinal signs. But this is all about new beginnings, newness, for a lot of us in the collective who, may have Libra placements or have cardinal sign placements. It could have been a lot going on for us. A lot of changes happening, but all for the better, because now things are sort of kind of easing down, slowing down, and it's it's easier to exist, if that makes sense. So things could be kind of slowing down, new beginnings, new opportunities, new ways of thinking, that type of thing. Because communication as well as thinking, deep thoughts are very prevalent at this moment as well. This is all about facing conflicts as well. Facing your shadow, the shadow side of things. Dealing with the ugly things that we sometimes want to avoid, being Libra or having Libra placements. A lot of times we want to keep the peace instead of facing things head on and direct. And that's not the case this time. This time we're saying to hell with that, and we're facing whatever comes our way. Okay? Setting your intentions. New moon is all about bringing in the new. So you want to go ahead and set your intentions. And lastly, don't be afraid to live out loud. Okay, and I feel like I've been saying that in a lot of my different readings. But don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to share your light, share your ideas. Share who you are. Just live your life, basically. Okay, so that was just kind of a rundown of what this new moon is about and what you can kind of expect. But going in deeper, I feel like for a lot of us in this collective, this is a comeback season, especially for Libras. Libras have been experiencing a lot of ups and downs, trials and tribulations. But with this new moon, it promises a time for, and sorry for all the clearing of the throat and stuff. This new moon is all about, keeping promises to ourselves, remaining steadfast, just doing the things that we said that we were going to do. There's no more procrastination. Okay. This is also a time for ease, leisure, balance, and harmony, or bringing that in. That's what you want to see. And so you all are, you're wanting to bring that type of energy in for yourself. We're also being asked to sort of work through insecurities, the feelings of imposter syndrome, feeling like we don't belong, when in actuality we absolutely do belong in the rooms that we're in. We do deserve the opportunities we've received, and all that we desire, especially around this time, the Libra season, especially for Libras. So, whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is you want to desire, there's nothing wrong with that. You should definitely, do what's necessary to bring that in, because if it wouldn't be a major thing if it hadn't popped into your head. So there's a reason why you have the desires that you have. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. So keep that in mind. And I really just feel that this collective is just going for everything that they've ever wanted. And you're not making any, buts about it. It's like, hey, I'm going for what I want, and this is what I want, and this is what I will have. That's the energy. All right, so let go of the old you. Let go of the old that no longer serves you. And if you're still holding on to BS, release it, let it go. So that it can bring more harmony, more opportunities in for yourself. Okay? So very short, sweet message. But we're going to get into the cards. Okay? So the first card out, and that one that you should see, is the Eight of Summer. This is the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. And what did I say? Things changing. Wanting to bring in change, wanting to, set intentions for new. Or you could have set intentions previously, and now they're starting to come, to light. They're starting to come to fruition. So kudos to that. But if you're still kind of waiting, it could be that you maybe need to get clear on what it is that you want. And the new moon energy, which we're still under, even though it's the next day technically, because I'm doing this kind of late. I had to work. But this is a good time to be setting those new intentions. You know, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you should be bringing it in now or working on it. Okay. And then the next card that I have out here is the Star, which is so fitting, I feel. But it says, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains. And that, to me, directly speaks to the insecurities that some of us may be working through, which we all have. We all have our insecurities that we need to work through, as well as the feeling of imposter syndrome. It's having faith in yourself, like unwavering faith. And I believe I did another previous collective message, and it was titled that, like, having unwavering faith in yourself. And so, knowing that you do belong, that you do deserve what it is that you have and what you've worked for. You absolutely deserve it. Okay, and then it's happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. And what did I mean? What did I say? I said that a lot of Libras, specifically Libra risings, have been through the ringer. So many challenging times, and now things are sort of easing. Things are sort of slowing down. Better energy, if you will, around this time for the collective at large, but specifically and especially for Libras and Libra placements. All right. So then we have, and sorry if that noise is me shuffling papers around, is kind of loud. The first oracle card that we have out is the card Lead. And the thing with lead is, like, you may be called to sort of, lead others. You may have an opportunity where you need to shine in that way, as far as, becoming a great leader, developing your leadership style. That could be a theme. But this could also be, like leading yourself, being the author of your own story, what it is that you want to manifest. Again, what plans have you put in place? Is your plan concise? Is it clear? What is it that you're trying to bring forth? If you don't have a clear vision, then you can't, things will come in wonky, and you'll be wondering why it happened, but it's because you were not clear. So I want to, drive home the point of being clear about your intentions and what it is that you're trying to bring forth, because you don't want to bring forth things that you don't want in the grand scheme of things. And especially on the card, you see the guy, there's his, public self, or the self that we, the world sees, and then there's his shadow side in the background, holding the plan as well. And so it's kind of like, that past self is sort of looking like, seeing the vision of their future self. Okay. And so, but they still have the plan in their hands. And it's, like, I hear the word master, or the words master plan. So yeah, definitely, if there's things that you're trying to implement, if there's things that you're trying to do, just make sure that you're clear about it, that you're clear on it. Okay. And then we have the card Third Eye Chakra, which this is all about. I see, vision, intuition, seeing the things that, are not always readily accessible or able, you don't see it with your two eyes, but you see it with your mind's eye, So this is about, having clear vision, for your life, for your, your goals, the things, your ambitions, the things that you're trying to do, opportunities that you want, maybe even partnerships that you want to, engage in, even relationships. It could even be, that, vision, your vision being so clear that nothing can shake it. Not even people like coming in trying to, deter you or, trying to talk you out of, what it is that you want, because they're fearful of you rising higher or, higher than them, which, who wants to be around that energy anyway? But that's neither here nor there. But I'm repeating the point of having clear vision, because it's very, very important, especially around this time, to have, your vision clear and concise, and, writing it down and writing it over, just so you can feel it like deep within your soul, deep within your bones. This is what I want. Okay. So set new intentions, make sure that they're clear. Like I said, do whatever it is that you do in order to, make those dreams become reality. Sit back and watch them unfold, watch them manifest. Okay? So I know this is kind of short and sweet, but hopefully, the cards resonated. And like I said, on the picture there, that what you're seeing, you should be able to see the affirmations that I pulled. And the first one is, I'm healing. I am healing, or I'm healing. So yeah, this could be, a season where, even though it's very like ambitious type energy, like, man, I want to manifest this, I want to do this, action oriented, there's still an air about healing from the past, healing from those challenging times, right? And then you have, I take care of my mind, body, and soul. I take care of my mind, body, and soul. All right, so that was your collective reading. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, like I said, leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how it resonated, if you feel comfortable sharing. If not, you know what to do. Leave a cute emoji. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time in a different reading. Have a good night.